And we're back with some more Gran Turismo 4. Now, off screen, I've been doing a little bit of money grinding and also A spec point grinding, along with a little bit of B spec grinding just for shits and giggles. Also, I have purchased every vehicle that I could for dealership events. And I'll be honest, I forget where I left off. So I'm going to have to check that. I think I'm here at the Nissan event. I'm going to make sure, though. I know I was doing Japanese events last time, though. Let's see, did I do Mitsubishi? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Evolution meeting. Okay, Evolution and Mirage. I know I did Mazda, though. Yeah. Alright, so... Alright, here we are. Alright. Hey, Gabriel. Good to see you here. So we're approaching 1,400 days. I do want to be able to purchase the Nissan RCP 90 when it rolls around. Now, I did not buy every upgrade for every vehicle, because seriously, that's going to take forever. But I bought, like, the highest horsepower upgrade. And racing medium tires. Should be enough, but if not, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Nürburgring race in F1 is 50 points with the F1. Yeah, I can imagine it'd be hard, because I know damn well. I actually got 200 points in the 4-hour Nürburgring in A-Spec mode, because I drove the truck. The bugged truck that is almost guaranteed to give you 200 points no matter what you do. Anyway, I drove that, and my tires ran out of durability during the second lap, during each respective phase. I.e., I would go 2 laps, make a pit stop, and yeah, I would need fresh tires by the middle of the second lap. It's probably the same thing with the F1 tournament. But, obviously, you can't be making pit stops every single lap. That might be an instance where it'd be better to use a different race car. Although, keep in mind, the truck is very heavy. How many cars I purchased? A ton. I feel like I purchased 30 plus. And there's still a few cars I could not buy for the dealership events that I need. I'll have to look up how to get those. Also, front right tire completely shot. Actually, it might only have been 20. But it was a ton, regardless. Yeah, the wind seems to have died down. I mean, there's still a little bit out there, but nothing like it was. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm not going into B-spec mode. Oh, another thing I did off screen, I had Bob do this endurance off screen just to win me 750,000 credits and see if he could do it alone, and he can in my file using that old Nissan R89 that I won from doing the driving missions. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible to train Bob to cut through the chicane at the end, because that would definitely have cut back on time. When I do that, it's going to be taking pretty close to 5 hours. And that's assuming you only make pit stops to refuel the car and apply fresh tires at the same time. That's unfortunately the bad thing about that little shortcut. You can lose control. I will say, if you upgrade optimally and go for like hard world record or some shit, you might be able to do that in 4.5. But I couldn't see it possibly being any faster than 4.5 hours. 5 is a good 5 is a good number to go for, I think. The black GT1 is 78 A-spec points. Oh, for, what, for the F1 tournament in Nürburgring? Yeah, buying a fresh one would be much better. Because I mean, it is very expensive, but trust me, you'll notice the difference. It's a shame that you can only win the license prize cars only once. Because I'd be tempted to win a fresh Mercury Cougar. Since mine is close to... Actually, I think mine's over 6,000 miles. Farm, again, only have 220k credits. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Though, if you still have a good vehicle for various endurances to complete, you can still always do the endurances. But I guess it's back to Costa di Alfini. Or Alfimi, which... whatever it's called. You know which one I mean. The RSC rally car farming thing. I think TPL Motorsports said in his description on one of the GT4 segments, I forget which one, that he did 2 weeks of grinding that, and he ended up with like 31 million credits. Obviously, we have not done that much grinding, but still. Alright, on to the Mirage. If I can find the damn thing. What do I do with that damn thing? There it is. Unfortunately, as you can see, my cars are just sort of in a unorganized jumble. Which is definitely a sign that I need to sell some of these low-powered cars. If I can purchase them again. Or win them again. Also, while I was doing off-screen shenanigans, I've learned the reason why nobody has gotten 200 A-spec points on every race. And it's because it's literally impossible to do that on some races. Like the midget event. As far as I'm aware, and this is looking at people... at information compiled by people who've really done their homework and really learned how the A-spec system works. Like, the most you can even get in that event is like 152 points. That's with like a quote-unquote fresh midget from the used car dealership, no speed upgrades, and with added weight to the car to give you more points. You can only do 150 or so points from that event. That's just an example. There are other events where you cannot get 200 points. So and conversely, by far the easiest two events to do 200 points with is the sports truck event and the Opel Speedster event. Because, like, with the Opel Speedster, the only way you don't get 200 points per race is if you equip super soft tires. But if you equip super soft tires, the tires will die before you finish the race. 250 points, yeah. 250 points are only for the driving missions. And if you somehow get 199 points on any of the Opel Speedster races, just slap a little bit of weight on it, and there you go. Get out of the way, buddy. Come on, get out of the way. Hey there, Gravestone. Good to see you here today. What's the worst part of the game? Driving missions or special conditions events? Special conditions events. By far. Driving missions overall aren't terrible, in my opinion. Some of them are pretty bad. But overall, they're a lot more tolerable, in my opinion. Although I've done harder things in other games. so that's 2 races down, 3 to go. Although, if my number of days starts climbing too much, I might start exiting out of the last race of a event. Never played Sonic racing games. I played Sonic R, I think, for it was on PC back in the 90s. I played that. I I was a youngster, so I didn't care what I played. That's the only one I played, though. Something tells me it wouldn't work on something tells me it would not work on any computer I've played in the past 10 years, though. Hey, Blue Hedgehog man. Good to see you today. That was very strange. The car took forever to up gear. I wish you could replace the engine on old cars in this game. I would definitely do that for all the special black model race cars I purchased from the dealership, the used ones. Alright. Here we have Doug Derby. I'll read that in just a second. Once I maneuver around all this. Thankfully, Thankfully, if you're a points hunter, nitrous doesn't affect your A-spec total whatsoever. Which is really, really weird. It should, but whatever, it doesn't. Finish collecting the heart pieces. Aside from the moon, basically. Cut through the corkscrew. Too bad you can't do that in Doug Derby. Whoa. Come on. Turn. I'm not too surprised he didn't finish. I mean, I don't know his level of knowledge with the game or how much he had to do, but it's very easy to sink hours into that and not accomplish much. Unless you really know what you're doing. Which I certainly didn't when I played the game. Much blind run. I mean, even my run wasn't totally blind. Alright, next race. Next race. Might be the last, or it is the last one. What will it be? Oh, one lap of Suzuka. This will be easy. I'm just crunching on salt particles here. I know for a fact I'll be ending the playthrough on this track because that's the last race in the F1 tournament. I think it's 53 laps. No, I haven't touched, I haven't recorded anything this week yet. I'll start recording crap of anything, I think, either on New Year's or the day after New Year. Actually, I'm not sure. But yeah, it'll be... I'll get back to recording at least on New Year's Day. That reminds me, I do need to look into where that last star is. Unless it's just somewhere... Unless it's somewhere where the hidden numbers are. And then I'll be doing course 5, which... Ooh boy, course 5. I remember the camera being pretty dreadful for like star 6 or 5. And I do remember like every star is act specific. Or close to it. The red coins certainly are. So are the 100 coins. Alright, just cut through the thing. You can't even do that in Forza. In Forza, your speed just immediately drops to shit. Alright. That's the Mirage tournament. Course 5 is one of the levels that red coins are easier than one of the main stars. It's probably that one where you have... Probably easier than the one where you go off to the... Like, my explanation's really shitty, but... The one jump where you have to wall jump a bunch, and there's like a really bad camera. Oh, well, I'd hope he saved after going through the moon. What the hell's this? It's Bishi IO 3. I might sell that. Star 2 is the wind. Star 3 is... Oh, I remember the piano secrets with the tiny platforms. Star 2... with the wind... You say you finished the World Championship? You said you were on Le Mans gravestone. Oh, this. Okay, okay. I have a gold here because I was testing the viability of one of the cars. Anyway, I was saying with the Wind Star, I do not plan on actually going on that bridge. I plan on just backwards long jumping all the way to the star, because I know that's possible. Yeah, this one. Ah, you finished Le Mans after my stream ended. Okay. But GG's. So you have officially beaten the game in quote marks. I say in quote marks because obviously there's still a lot more to do if you want to do hundo. Okay, that is Nice start. Can't even avoid ramming the dude. Oh yeah, I was. Oh yeah, I did used to wonder why hundo is short for 100, and then I just started using it. It is easier to say. Obviously I have no idea who coined that phrase. I know Liquid Wi-Fi uses it. Something tells me I did not need to purchase this car for this event. So I'm kind of just crushing it. I gotta say, playing this makes me wonder about how I would go about two A-spec related challenges. One is do as much as possible with 0 A-spec points, which means it's a 100% Bob playthrough, aside from the license tests, of course. Whoa. It's too far off to the right, whoops. And the other is 100%, but I get the fewest number of A-spec points possible, whilst also actually getting at least 1 point for everything. And I am kind of curious how both of those would go, but I'm sure as hell not deleting my save file on this memory card. But that would... What is that? That would be in the very distant future, though, if I ever elect to do challenge runs of any of the games. Fresh GT1 is better than Minolta for the F1 tournament. Probably not. The Minolta is such a monster. And, like, the Ford GT1 is usually a dud. Or at least when the AI uses it, it's usually a dud in any given race that it appears in. At least that one Ford GT1. Maybe not the... I think there's 2 of them. Not the good one. But I would still probably say no, because the Minolta is such a monster. Even though there are better vehicles, like IMO, the 787, and a fresh Toyota GT1. I just munch on salt particles. I assume you're not referring to this, correct? Actually, let's look at it. 550 horsepower. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can win this by getting gold in all of the S license tests. This is definitely not better than the... I assume this is the vehicle you're referring to. Oh, wait. You said Fresh GT1. Hold on, Fresh GT1. Oh, where's it at? Is it under Classic? Yeah, it is. Oh, you mean this thing. Yeah, a Fresh GT1 is absolutely better than the Minolta. Like, 100% this is better than the Minolta. Anyway, back to, yeah, it's definitely expensive, and yeah, you'll definitely need to farm credits. Need to do that one event, like, let me think. 18 times. 787B is the worst. No, 787B is really good. Or at least the fresh one is. PS2 content, gotta do Crash and Spyro. Yeah. Yeah, when do you plan on doing those? I'll definitely watch those. At least the Spyro ones. I never played the Crash games myself. Also, if you're gonna do PS1 classics, you can always try Resident Evil. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate you do not like Resident Evil. We get Crash 4. Will I try to get the Platinum Trophy? Depends if I like the game enough. Like most games I play, I only get Platinum Trophy if I feel it's feasible and or I like the game enough. I'm not getting ridiculous Platinum Trophies for games I don't care for. I do know I definitely never Platinum Trophied RE5 because there's DLC stuff. And I think there's a couple other reasons I didn't Platinum the game. I definitely did not do Revelations, because... RE4 Platinum's gonna be easy, though. Just beat the game on Professional. That's it. Just beat the game on Professional. Future Legend of Zelda game I'd be willing to try. Yeah. Yeah, Twilight Princess, if I ever get around to getting a Wii. Or DLC trophies? Just for the added content, like the versus mode and shit. Wind Waker, maybe. Big maybe on that one. Is Skyward Sword on Wii? Or is that Wii U? It's on Wii, but got a Switch HD remake. DSL just don't have interest. Nah, I don't really. The only DS emulation I'd be willing to LP is Pokemon games, and that's it. GBA, I'd be willing to play the Yoshi's Island port, because I do own a physical copy of that. And that's fun to play. But definitely no other version of Yoshi's Island. My wife has Yoshi's Island 3DS. I played that for about 3-4 minutes and I stopped because it looked fucking terrible. Like, I played the GBA port and it's great. Here I'm like looking at chat. Yoshi's Island and Mario. Oh, that was a while ago. If that was in Mario Kart MK8 Deluxe. Hang on, I gotta pause. Okay. Yeah, the motion controls are what sold the Wii kind of in general as well. Wife doesn't have 3DS Mario games like 3D Land and NSMW2. I don't think. I'd have to ask her, but I don't think. The same stream we discussed plans for Red, Blue, Yellow with Stadium. Oh, that was a while ago. That would have been 2023. 'Cause I remember doing Yellow in 2023. whenever I get around to it and get done with this, I may as well start Crystal / Stadium 2. Just like Stadium 1, I'm only doing round 1. I don't even think you get anything for doing round 2 other than the Dodrio Game Boy Tower, which is pointless because emulator can speed up 100 times in Visual Boy Advance. Lose interest in doing R2 because Mewtwo can destroy everything. Not just that, but also like it's the same thing I've already done, but more horse shit. Like the AI, the AI has nonsense move sets from what I recall, and you get totally wrecked by RNG. Dodrio Game Boy Tower is only thing for round 2. Okay, yeah, as I thought. Versus Mewtwo in round 2. Yeah. To say nothing of the... Whoa. To say nothing of the fact that in Gen... Jesus. Stay on the road. I know my tires are destroyed. Anyway, yeah, Psychics have no good counter in Gen 1. More chances of confusion, sleep, critical hits. Yeah. Although there are people who do round 2 speed runs with only Reynolds. I think Worcester's one that did that. Along with speedrunning, completing Emerald with the fucking Battle Frontier. Or Battle Tower, whatever it is in Emerald, specifically. The Articuno and the Lapras. Was that... That wasn't Gary, was it? Or was that Master Cup? I forget which cup it was. But I do remember that. Level 50 cup on the hardest difficulty. Ah, okay. That's why I got pissed over it. They couldn't use Mewtwo, of course. Unless... Or no. I was gonna say unless I do the Ditto glitch, but... Nah, I think Mewtwo's banned there anyway. I feel the devs knew about the Ditto glitch. And that's why they specifically banned... did they ban legendaries or just Mewtwo and Mew specifically? But anyway, they banned those two. Okay, I could not take that, of course, at full speed. I should have slowed down. I'm going to do every mode in Stadium 2, with including Earl's Academy. Yes, Earl's Academy. Gym Leader Castle, yes. Even the mini games. I'll do one. I'll show the mini games. I don't promise to win them all. Yeah, I'll do all that. I'll do Earl's Academy before anything else. Well, I'll probably start with the mini games. Gusty Golbat can suck a big one, because fuck that. Then Earl's Academy. And then the Challenge Cup. The one where you're given preset things to use. And then the other cups. I know you're going to bring up the rental Mankey for the little cup. But yeah, I'll do them all on round 1 at least. So. Alright. I have to piss, so I'm just going to let Bob do this for me while I'm in the bathroom. And besides, we all know that I can just crush this. Besides, it's not like I've had any sort of competition so far. So, Bob, you can get some experience. So yeah. Bob obviously can do this, so just times 3 speed this. I probably could B-spec a lot of this, but we, we would just be looking at this screen a lot. And that wouldn't make for a very enjoyable playthrough now, would it? So like if I were to do the... If I were to one day do the no A-spec point challenge, that would of course mean I can't do any of the driving missions either. So, how much does this car sell for? 318K. Okay, so Micra, I believe, is for the March tournament. And just make sure, like, can I buy that one race car? Oh, there's that beast. It was 02. Okay. Wouldn't be here, right? No. Alright, well, screw it then. I'm not selling that car. Anyway, March Brothers, let's go. And I did not buy nitrous. I know for some of these vehicles I bought racing medium and some I bought super soft. I forget which ones I did which for though. This definitely feels like super soft though. Okay, so I did buy Super Softs. Make sure every Pokemon used had its limit of 4 moves. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I do know that you can do TM. You can pass down moves learned by TM, but not if it levels up naturally, with some exceptions for move breeding. I remember specifically that's how you get the Horsey with Octazooka, which I don't think I have ever used. Because seriously, who uses Remoraid / Octillery? It's a cool Pokemon, but I've never used one. With its base speed of 40. I think its base speed is 40. Someone would have to look that up. Okay. Is that done? Grand Valley reverse. Oh, there is a move deleter in Gen 2. I forget where that is. And yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely get rid of cut. Does it have... Wait, it doesn't have arms. I was about to ask, did it have Thunder Punch? But that would make no sense, since Cyndaquil doesn't have arms. I was gonna say there's no point in that when you have Thunderbolt, but I forgot Gen 2 is the generation where the devs went full retard and decided to remove Thunderbolt as TM24. A big complaint I have of Gen 2. They removed the flamethrower, ice punch or ice beam and thunderbolt TMs for garbage. And they knew they fucked up because every generation since then they put those moves back on the right TMs as they fucking should be. Let's move deleters Blackthorn. Okay. Well, manufacturer Japan, Nissan. Okay. Oh, I think it was this that I used. Yeah. Ah. 10 laps. Okay, we'll have to see. I'll have to see. Have to see how the tires hold up. Oh, and this is... Ooh. Okay, this is gonna... We're gonna be here a while for this one. Yeah, I forgot how long this was gonna take. Like, this event specifically. Though it does require the IA license. Worst case scenario, I'll buy more upgrades for this. Get on the fucking road. far I'm not doing well, but I can catch up, I think. Just gotta not go into the grass or the sand. I hope. Brakes. Get out of the way. Oh, I gotta get those. I've got to get those sound clips. So, I don't know if I can do this without making a pit stop. Something tells me I should probably make one at like lap 5-ish. Was the best punch base damage and cause negative status? In Gen 1, it's definitely Ice Punch, because Freeze was permanent in Gen 1. But, like, more people use Mach Punch than anything because it's increased priority. Or if you have Scissor with Technician, you use Bullet Punch, because Technician buffs the damage of Bullet Punch. And it's very good against Fairy types. Specifically in Gen 6's metagame. Isn't Bug Bite also buffed by Technician? I think it is. Although, I will point out that Fire Punch has possibly a 1 in 3 chance to burn, and with that cutting physical attack power by half, that can also be very good. First evolutions on Gen 4 are bad? What do you mean by first evolutions? You mean first stage Pokemon? I.e. like... first of 3 stages? Those are always relatively bad. Oh, the new... Oh, okay. The evolutions of previous Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. Not all of them. No, not all of them. Uh, Tan growth is pretty tanky, although don't let it near a flamethrower. Mamoswine is a monster in Gen 4 and 5. It's Piloswine, but actually good. The Mamoswine is by far the most notable one. Even though you said Gen 1, I'm gonna categorize it in the same group. And then Weavile. Weavile is just a complete and utter destroyer if you build it correctly. As for Gen 1 specifically, I know Electivire was used a lot in Gen 4's metagame for reasons. Presumably for motor drive. Magnezone is really good. Magnezone is very, very good. And Magmortar is just Magmar but stronger. You can, like, you can have other Pokemon fill those roles. Well, fill the role of Magmortar. Heatran is just better. I think it's faster, too. Though I'm not 100% certain if Heatran is faster than Magmortar. Where's the fucking pit area? Here it is. I'm gonna make a pit stop just in case. This might cost me, though. I'm not sure what that last place guy is doing, but he's doing terrible. Rhyperior. Oh, yeah, Rhyperior. I didn't mention that because it's basically another... It's Rhydon, but a little stronger. But it has the same exact weakness, so... Yeah. Mischievous and the EV evolution's good. Glaceon is okay from what I remember. Miss Magius I don't think I've ever used. It's still a bad version of Gengar. Though, I do remember that much. The OG. Oh boy. Come on, get around this guy. Regional and national decks. Here's how you do those. You figure out the action replay codes and then you capture them in the wild. That's what I always do for trade evolutions. Or you could run a program to change the way trade evolutions work, i.e. they evolve through level ups and such. Because you can do that in the Universal Randomizer program. Like, you can leave everything vanilla, but just simply make a ROM of the same game, whatever it is, but just change the trade evolutions. You did that with trade evolutions is way better. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they have I don't know what. Do they still have trade evolutions? If they do, why? It's such a waste. Also, I don't know why they kept it going for as long as they did. So nonsense. I get the whole they want to boost the interaction with real people or whatever, but that era is long gone. Most people do not give a fuck anymore about such things. Also, if you're playing a Game Boy, you're probably going to be pretty antisocial as it is. Teach me how to use Dasumi or Melon DS. I say just use the Universal randomizer program to make you a vanilla ROM, but without trait evolutions. Unless you're really insistent on doing pure vanilla and nothing else. Connect all 5 GBA games to catch most of the Pokemon that are otherwise unavailable in the 5DS games. If you want to do that, if you insist on not hacking them in, like I sure as hell would be doing. Although I do kind of like the Pal Park thing. There are very few Pokemon you might have to hack with AR codes. I think Deoxys is one. Wait, is Deoxys one of them? I forget. Mewtwo you do. Or not Mewtwo, Mew you do. Because they never released the ticket for that in the US. If you want to show Lugia and Ho-Oh in Fire Red Leaf Green specifically, you do. Although you can just capture those in HGSS. So, oh yeah, Cell as well. Okay, so the AIs do not pit stop. I'll have to keep that in mind for later races in this event. This might be the longest dealership race or event. By the way, I made the right decision, I think, to make a pit stop. Because look at that front left tire specifically. I mean, they're all getting kind of bad, but the front left is especially bad. Right. Thrust it to the end. Now, I'm doing this on screen just to show this race on screen. Obviously, I already did it, but I'll do it again. So, I'm guessing... Get out of the way, buddy. I'm guessing that Twin Ring was just a long track. That one has 10 laps for reasons unknown. Gabriel, didn't you mention that in one of my previous streams that there's a dealership race that had 10 laps there? I think you did. I guess I found which one it was. the grass, cutting through the grass. What Gen 7 Pokemon do I like for the design? Basically just Zygarde and its forms, and that's about it. Toxapex actually is good design. But that's about it. That is about it. Don't know why they put 10 laps in a dealership event. Yeah, especially when the rest of the... Like, if this is going to be the general indicator of how long the races are going to be, it's twice as long as the rest of the races. What the hell? Now, while we're in a kind of a slow slump, I will mention that the same person who did this game, this entire, well, not this entire game, but any percent, meaning all of the licenses and all of the licenses, all of the driving missions, and up to the world championship without the breaks. He also beat the game with only getting with only doing races worth 200 A-Spec points. He didn't win every race in the World Championship. He just got enough points to win the tournament. And still, that's really impressive, though, IMO, that he did that. And he had like 22,000 points, I think. Coincidentally, he used the Buick Special, the Menace car from Mission 14. It's a menace in Mission 14, but it's not much of a menace against actual race cars, i.e. against like the Minolta or the Toyota GT1. And 4 laps of Fuji. This one, I think, is the one that doesn't have the chicane. Alright, 4 laps of this won't take long. Might take 8 minutes. Actually, this might not even be 8 minutes. It might be 6. what's the speed? Okay. I was gonna say, what's the speed for fifth gear? Hey, that wasn't even 6. So for no, so for whatever reason they decided to make this 10 laps, but everything else is much shorter. Okay, well this that's still not as long. You get the fuck out of my way. somewhere New Year's Eve. I stay home generally. There is a, I mean, there are some Christmas lights a little bit of a ways away that I like to see a couple times a year, but it's not that far away. I'll be doing that tonight, even though it is after Christmas. A lot of those sorts of places will keep their decorations and stuff up until a little bit after New Year's. See, because Christmas Day is actually the first day of Christmas in the Christian religion. The 12th and final day is January 6th. I just realized it also shares a very infamous day in U.S. history. But yeah, a lot of places will keep stuff up until a little after New Year's because of that. But yeah, I don't travel for anything. I don't see why I should bother. No, don't quit the race. So this dealership event just seems to have random tracks with random lap numbers and track race durations. Because like Twin Ring was like 20 to 22 minutes. Fuji was less than 6. Trial Mountain was 12. This looks like it's going to take the better part of 11 to 12. And New York took, I think, 10. Challenge in GT3. The only thing I can think of for GT3 would be the minimum cars run. In other words, beat the game using the fewest number of cars possible. By beat, I mean do all races in simulation mode. Or Gran Turismo mode, whatever it's called. In every other game, it's called Gran Turismo mode. And in the non-NTSC versions, it's called Gran Turismo mode, in 3 specifically. That's like the only one I can think of. Because there's no A-spec mode. Because there's no A-spec points or anything. There's no driving missions. There's no... There's no B-spec or anything. Like, because rally races are a thing, like, I can't even really do the... Actually, I could, actually. I could do the do all races possible before earning a license, which would be a lot more fun in this game. But I could do that. But I feel that would also be pretty grindy. But thanks to the rally events, if I get a good rally vehicle, I win the Suzuki and then I can just crush the competition in other races. Actually, that does sound kind of interesting, now that I think about it. Because the endurance races all require the IA license, so I can't just trivialize everything. That was really bad. I should have slowed down. So we can see that my front tires are getting kind of bad. But we only got one lap to go. So I think we just cope. I think we just cope, and if the tire wears out, then so be it. Any percent run? I would stream any percent runs of World's Scariest Police Chases on PS1, since you can easily do it in under an hour, and it's a game that doesn't really have much in the way of competition. I mean, there is an impressive run. Now, do you mean speed run, by the way, or just casually? And there's also very little RNG in that game. You'd think there would be, but there really isn't. Like, most things, even up to the traffic, are dependent on the in-mission timer, which starts as soon as the mission begins. And the cutscene does it. Cutscenes in the beginning do influence that shit. It's basically, like, it literally is Driver, but reversed. If you've ever played the Driver games on PS1. It's probably made by the same group of people, or close to it. Blow my whole load. Oh man, this, yeah, my tires are not doing good. But it's on the last lap. Alright, that's that event done. I unfortunately never owned the Driver games when I was young. I'd have loved to have played those. Although there is the infamous meme that the tutorial's the hardest part of the game because slaloms are hard. What? Road-going version? What the fuck? Nismo GTR LM road-going version. The hell kind of name for that is that for a vehicle? Well, got Sylvia's sisters yet. But let's see what day I'm on before I move on to that. 1378. Okay, we're very quickly approaching, we are very quickly approaching, the the 700th day again. I'll do the Sylvia event. And then I think we kind of just piss around for a bit until we hit days 1394 to 1400. And I gotta say, World's Scariest Police Chases has one of the best lines I've heard in any game. Like, it's based off the... Hang on. Okay. Like, you wouldn't know this series, because this was basically just an American series, as far as I am aware. Or if it was shown internationally, it wasn't at all popular anywhere else. But anyway, it's based off the televised series World's Wildest Police Videos, later shortened to just police videos. And it even has the dude who does the hosting / narration of the chases, doing commentary for shit in the game, or rather in the story mode. And he would say like really, really cheesy shit. But in that game, in Mission 6, when you arrest the guy you're supposed to arrest in Mission 6, he says, "The punk with no respect for other people's property will now become someone else's property in the city jail." I think that speaks for itself. Like, he never went, as far as I'm aware, he never went that far even in the televised series. I even did a little shameless self-promotion here, but I did do a silly speech run of that game. His dialogue is, I think, mostly completely unchanged. Just the other NPCs say really stupid shit. And you could barely fucking hear what they're saying. Go. Driver 1 and 2 are not PS Classics. I don't think they are. I mean, they should be there, but I don't think they are. I'd have to look. If they are, I might have to pick them up. And Wikipedia has a list of all the games available on PlayStation Classics if you want to look that up real quick. And then get back to me before the stream ends. Get out of the way. Oh, they are available. Oh. Well then. Alright, well, I guess that's something I'm going to have to go pick up at some point. I will have to see. I will have to see what is available on PlayStation Plus, or not PlayStation Plus. What's available for the PS4 store as well. The tutorials on Driver 1 or 2. I think it's on Driver 1, the slalom one. And as I was saying, if something I want on PS4 becomes available, then I'll buy it. Like, I wouldn't mind actually playing through either RE5 or Dead Rising 1. But they'd have to be available for a good price. They're not in PS4. Probably not. I mean, I'd have to look at that too, but probably not. Besides, I prefer all my PlayStation classics just be on PS3. Have them all in one place. The Resident Evils are not. I know that for a fact. But the Final Fantasies are. At least some of them are. I think 7, 9, and 10. 10 definitely is. Because 10 was reported to the PS4 with the original soundtrack. I think 7 and 9 are as well, with achievements. But, frankly, I don't mind playing without achievements, because, like, all achievements means is you're doing extraneous shit for the older games. Like, FF9 has so many missable achievements, bruh. I think half of them are missable, at least. I know I've mentioned this before, but there's a weapon to get called the Excalibur 2. You basically have to get to the final... Like, you have to beat the game in under 12 hours. And that is an achievement. There's also the infamous skip rope 1,000 times consecutively. That's definitely an achievement. People hated getting that one. I never went for it, thankfully, because I was playing it on PS3, which has no achievements for old games. I imagine the 1,000 skip ropes is also a retro achievements one. So it's kind of an obvious one you could put in. Okay. About the PS2 classic GTA games, would I buy for the PS3? No, because they're probably really bad. When I say bad, I mean like really low quality ports slash remasters. Also, I do know for a fact that at least on the Xbox 360, the San Andreas download used to be the original Xbox version, but then when the shitty, buggy HD remaster came out, that replaced the original. Only San Andreas has a remaster. Isn't there a definitive edition for 3? I could have sworn that's a thing. At least for 3 in Vice City. But if it's exactly the same, then yeah, I would buy it. So lady. Use a cooler in your PS4? I have no idea. You'd have to ask a professional that one. $13.82 days. Okay. Just make sure I did do all the Nissans, right? Yep. Okay, cool. Yep, here we are. 10,000 apiece. Oh, nice. 75,000. I might not have to grind. Although, what tires do I have? And this will probably be the last tournament I do. Let's buy Racing Medium. completed, 95.9%. Sounds to me like all you have left is the F1 tournament. Although I have no idea how much percent that is. Oh, and the two 24-hour Le Mans. Obviously, whenever I do that, I'm not doing all of it. Like, on screen. I'll just do, like, a few hours, then get to a B-spec, just the big, B-spec, like, get a tire configuration in B-spec mode that allows me to just leave the game running, and then Bob can do all the work for me. By the way, I think this car is tuned for back when I did the special condition events. So it has max acceleration and not much in the way of top speed. I mean, for this race it's fine, because it's the Cuba circuit. But I am going to have to gear this properly. PS2 will stay on for more than 10 hours. Yeah, it stays on for more than 10 hours for endurances. I've treated my PS2 really nicely. And the fact that it still works mostly fine, it shows that I took care of that thing. Hard to find OG PS2 and 3 controllers. Yeah, it's almost impossible to find them, especially in good condition. That's why I use third-party controllers. Even if the quality is not particularly good a lot of times. Okay, so we gotta up the top speed. Yeah, so I definitely had this for the special condition events. Controllers are good for FPS games. 360 one's better for that, honestly. But, yeah, they're fine. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. S1 and Demon Souls have Frostbite debuff? No, I have no idea what that is. I assume it would make you attack slower. But, no, it doesn't have that. Shit. I cut through too early. And I end up losing time over that. Teenage Ninja Turtles games. I'd never played any of them. there's one dude in my who sometimes comes into chat who played one of them as a youngster. Actually, he went through and played it 100% not that long ago. But no, I've never played any of them personally. Although I do think everyone's seen the AVGN episode of the NES game. There. Reverse into the ending. It works. Okay, hitting top speed, so I could widen the gears a bit. Although I'll have to see what the next race is. Ooh, okay. Okay. More than likely, I'm going to have to do one more race. Deep Forest Reverse. I think we can leave the gears alone for this. And if I completely and utterly destroy the competition again, I think I'll just do that last race off screen. Because seriously, nobody needs to see just a complete and utter washout. Like, if it's over 20 seconds... Something tells me it's going to be over 20 seconds. Yeah, this is definitely a complete washout. Right, I'll do that last race off screen. Yeah, may as well. Or, actually, I got a better idea. I'll let Bob do the last one. Possibly earn him some more B-spec points. Alright. Friday's next stream. I'm not sure. It'll either be tomorrow or Thursday. Friday is unlikely. Unless we get a blizzard or something. Because I planned on going somewhere. And I might want to do that kind of early. And then by the time I get home, I'll just want to relax. Alright. B-spec mode. We're just going to ×3 speed this. Bob can do this. He did... Like, I haven't said this yet. Bob actually did the... Fuck, what's it called? Bob actually did the Opel Speedster dealership race off screen. That's how good he is in my file now. If I were to do a B-spec playthrough, this is what we'd be looking at a lot of the fucking game. And I don't think anyone wants to see that. I mean, once in a while it's fine, but for an entire playthrough, no way. Absolutely no way. Oh. By the way, I have no idea if Bob's actually going to get more points out of this. I think he's capped in certain car categories. Alright. So we won the overall championship. And what do we win? What do we win? I hope it's another one of these cars, honestly, so I can sell one of them. Super Touring Car 01. Do I have one of those? I'm actually not sure. That's still all the same. And we have hit the 2/3 threshold. No, we don't. Now, how much does this sell for? 95K. Okay, that's not quite enough. So we're going to very quickly just do one run of this. Amalfi. Clear that. Just gonna very quickly do this. May as well just stay in the Subaru. And then we'll buy the black RCP 90. It's the only car I couldn't purchase the first time around. Also, I should have equipped super soft tires, I guess. rip penalty. I hit the brakes way too late, of course. Okay. Oh yeah, I can't do B-spec here. Go. 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 Okay. And if we're not at the correct day count, I will just do some crap with beasts back off. Well, not off screen, real quick. Come on. Alright, RSC Rally Raid. Sell that, of course. Come on. 1391. Actually, we'll just sell some crap. Okay, sell that. Yeah, we'll just actually sell some vehicles that I can just get back. I think this was the thing I tried. I think I tried racing with this in that one event and couldn't do it. Well, goodbye. Okay, so now... Okay, so RCP 92, 787B, and the Toyota GT1. Okay. I think it is only the RC R390 that I'm lacking. R390, Toyota GT1 I have. RC R92 and Mazda 787B. Make it double sure. Okay. RCV 92, 787B, Toyota GT1. Okay. Just the RCP 90 or R390 I mean. Alright, R390. Okay, we're not getting in it. I just want the special car. Righto. So I'm gonna call it here then. Next time we'll hopefully finally finish off the Japan dealership races. We only got like 7 left. If that. Yeah. We only got 5. So, yeah, we'll finish that off, and we'll do, I guess, some American dealership events. Actually, there's not much left in the dealership events in general. I don't think. But anyway, that will be either Thursday, I think. And possibly stream on Friday, too. But I'm going to call it here, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.